The Bible says the Jews are black. You understand?
A nation of priests.
They ain't gonna never read you that.
But what happened?
They ain't gonna tell you that the Jews are so-called black people.
This book of the law of the Lord is only for the
It's only a matter of time
only for us. It was given to us
before the remnant of Israel
That's our
wakes
Lord.
up.
That's right. That's our big brother. That's the one that's coming back
we
for
rock.
us. Back for us.
We come from a bloodline of priests, sold into captivity. Father, break these chains off me, make me free. In time, ambition, 2024 AD. Live from the belly of the beast, Babylon. Should we stay, should we flee? In time's ambition.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Hey, this is the Trees of Righteousness back again for another Thankful Thursday. Hey, the water for everybody joining in. We're running a little bit behind, but we appreciate you rocking with us, staying tuned with us until we started this class.
Right.
Before we get out anything started, we'd like to give all praise and honor to Yahweh by Shem and Mashiach Yahweh Shai. That's giving all praise and honor to Yahweh in the name of his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai,
Right.
who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right?
Yes. Man. Just had a nice one lesson that we just put out. Now here to put out another good lesson, man. Right. Hopefully this be some edification for our brothers and sisters, man. If it's something that they don't understand or something that they can't comprehend that much, man, hopefully they can get it tonight by the Spirit of the Most High God, man, as we touch on some of these points that we're going to point out, man. But all glory and honor be given to the Most High God, man. This is why we do the work. This is why we use our bodies as a living sacrifice, man, so that we can do the work of the Lord, man. Right? It never gets old. It never gets tiresome, man. This how we got in the last days is each other, man, and we got this so far. So we need to cling to it the best that we can.
That's right. Hey, now tonight the lesson is formation under trial. It's basically talking about perseverance and courage. It's more so going into how the things you go through really shape who you are in this walk, and how you react to them is who you really are, right? Because like when they say people, like when people get drunk, they say things they really mean, right? So when you go when you go through things in this walk, like it's the way you act, the way you present yourself under adversity, under trials, under tribulations, that's really who you are. Shalom, shalom, brother Frank, shalom. All right, that's who you really are. When they say when it hit the fan, when they all go down, people really show who they truly are.
Right.
All right. Okay, and you see that in the scriptures, you see that like in your life, you might have a friend who you thought was a friend, like we went into the previous lesson when we talked about people who will be around just for their own occasion.
That's it.
Like that's who they really are. They were that person the whole time. They might have looked friendly, they might seem friendly, but they really weren't your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing in this walk. If you sometimey here, sometimey there, guess what? You're sometimey. You're not faithful. You don't really trust in the Lord. If your walk shifts every time something happens, you might have to examine yourself, right? You might have to go and examine yourself, look yourself in the mirror, and ask yourself, am I really a disciple of the Most High God? Am I really a disciple of our Lord Yahweh Shai? Oh, that's right. Hey, I'm glad you in the same spirit. We in the same spirit, brother Frank. You said you were just talking about this. That's it must be something in the spirit that wanted to bring this lesson out on this day then. Because we had this set for last week, but I was feeling under the weather, and I wasn't able to give his class that I wanted to. So yeah, a God's perfect timing, the Most High's perfect timing, right? So when we have these lessons like this, we have to take them in and reflect inwardly. You know how the verse says, "A Jew is not one that is outwardly, but inwardly." That's what it's saying. That's the meaning of it. You got to look at yourself, who you really are. Like is I may wear fringes, like is I keep a beard on my face. I keep the I keep the commandments, but am I keeping the commandments for myself? Am I keeping the commandments to look righteous? Am I keeping the commandments because I want to pound on my chest and say I'm better than anybody else? No, I keep the commandments because I love the Lord. And then that's the person I am. I'm that person 24/7, right? Yes, Chief.
Right. And just to build off on that point, man, what you said was you really got to examine yourself and know, man, that Christ said if you have to lose, children, husbands, wives, family for this thing, man, you got to be willing to give that thing up to be a true disciple of the Lord himself, man. How some of them things can interfere. Some of the things you can generate and put above him. And we need to make sure that we're not doing that, man. We need to make sure, man, that we all in hands on deck, willing to lose whatever it may be. Because, when Peter and all, and this was the question that they were asking in Matthew 19 and 29, when he was like, hey, man, we left houses, we left families, but the Lord told him he was going to restore them, 70-fold. Just
Right.
continue, man,
Mhm.
And that's a big thing too, man, because a lot of us like to put things before the Lord, man, and then say we do serve the Lord. And that's not the case, man. We need to truly become disciples of the Lord.
Hey, shalom, shalom, labella, shalom. Like it's, but yeah, that's absolutely right. Like it's that's what all these lessons leading up to when you started at Go Teach the Nations, and then how like it's that just trickled down into all of these lessons. I took right after your lead of like who we supposed to be teaching, and then the Most High he led me to go and to talk about being a disciple because he's sending us out there. Now we got to learn how to be true disciples.
Right,
So the Lord led me like it led you to a point, and then I just let me backed off of what you had, but through the Spirit.
right,
Because we're being true disciples of the Most High, of Yahweh Shai, being walking and moving in the Spirit. And that's one of the things you have to learn as a disciple.
right,
You
right.
got to learn to walk through in the Spirit,
Mhm.
no matter what. No matter bombs dropping left and right, like is scarcity of food. Uh, your maybe you lost your job, maybe you lost your home. That shouldn't change who you are as a person.
Right,
Like it may change the situation, but it should not change you.
right,
So before we jump into this, um, I like to thank all the elders, all the elders of Israel, all
Shalom.
the teachers, all those who are teaching and ruling well, give them double honors.
That's right.
Because if it wasn't for the brothers that were out there teaching and leading, I wouldn't be where I am today, right? I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be in front of you letting the spirit use me. And then I have my brothers over here right there to empower me to be like, hey, we got to stay in this,
Right,
even when we going through it,
right, right,
even when we going through it, we got our brothers that's gonna hold us down. So the water for the elders, the water for the brotherhood, Yahweh,
right.
right?
Kind. Yeah, we ain't waving no white flag. It ain't the time for that. You know,
Kind,
if other people
kind,
want to do that, they can do that, man. But this 10 toes down, man. Straight press to the ground, man. And we're gonna keep on moving on, keep this thing going, man, until our Lord
right,
and our Messiah come back, man. Right? For the nation of Israel, and he bring us back to being one family, one fold again, man. We're still dreading looking for that day, man. But it's coming, Israel. You better be patient enough, man, to hang in here, man, no matter what. Through every trial and every tribulation, man. we got to hang through here, man. Right?
That's a great point, and it kind of goes into what I'm to the first verse that or verses we're gonna go into. Let's get James 1:1.
All praise to the Most High, man.
Okay, here you go.
This
So
is
we're
the
gonna,
book of James. Oh man, they don't like to touch on this one, but we'll touch on it.
mm-hmm.
The book of James 1:1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greeting.
So we know who James is already addressing, the tribes that were scattered abroad. And this has been going on for a while. Hey, Shalom, brother Reggie. Shalom.
Wow.
Shalom. Hey, we're gonna be out here to spread the most highest truth. Like
Still
it.
going, like the
Hey,
Energizer Bunny, still
hey,
going.
kind. The most high, he scattered us among the nations for our disobedience. But he's gonna gather us and like it's in his mercy and bring us back, right? So if you let's go to 2 unless you had something you want to add on to that.
Oh nah, man. We just making it the point is James is the brother of Christ, and this is who he's talking to. We already establishing that, right? To the 12 tribes of scattered abroad. Verse 2. My
Mhm.
brethren, count it our joy when ye fall into diverse temptation.
Now we talked about this in the prior lesson. So if you need to go into this a little more in depth, check out the other Thankful Thursday. I think it was labeled discipleship in community. Discipleship in community. You check that one out. Like it's because we're gonna go into Sirach. I'm gonna read that real quick in Sirach because this is one of the points that is made. Like it's because
Yeah.
you're gonna go through adversities, you're gonna go through temptations, you're gonna go through the fire, right? But the Lord, He gave the wisdom to our forefathers to put this down in a book so that we can learn from it.
Right.
So this is Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation." So it's saying in the beginning, when you decide you want to follow the most high God, like is, you're gonna go through some things. You're gonna go through all kinds of things, like we talked about earlier. May lose your job, may lose your house, may lose a loved one, like is. But you got to be prepared for these things that come when you come to serve the Lord. In verse 2, it says, "Set thy heart aright and constantly endure." Now, that means like it's we know that the heart, when it says the heart, it's talking about the mind. So it's basically saying get your mind right and hold on, stay 10 toes down, just like Chief was saying.
Mhm.
It says, and make no haste in the time of trouble. When it's saying make no haste in the time of trouble, it's talking about when things start hitting the fan, don't be making quick judgments. Think it out. Remember, you're supposed to be having your minds get right. You're supposed to be renewing your mind. So if you're renewing your mind, like it's right here, it says, make no haste in time of trouble. Don't be quick to make decisions. Think about it. Think it through. Think back of the things that your forefathers went through and how they handled these things. Yes, I'm Chief.
They had true perseverance and they had true endurance. Our forefathers did, right? They truly, showed through action how to make it through and how to reach to the point they needed to get to, man. That's one of the reasons why we talked about earlier, man, and I said that about Matthias, man, because that was one of the first things he told his sons to remember what the ancestors have done to get through, right? And that's a teacher. That's a teacher for
Mm,
us, man, as well, because we're only doing the same thing that was done before. So it ain't something new under the sun. So, there's ways, the correct ways, and there's wrong ways, man. We just got to learn the correct ways.
that's right. And that's what we're here for. We're here to bring those things to your memory These classes are reminders of the lessons that were learned by our forefathers. All right, going to verse 3. It
One
says,
to
"Cleave unto him." Oh, you had something else?
go ahead. You still in that one? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm still in
Okay.
Sirach. If you have something, just stop me.
Go ahead.
This is Sirach 2 and verse 3. It says, "Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased in thy last end." It's saying, basically saying, just hold on to the Most High, because we know what the end is going to be for us. For those who endure to the end, they shall be saved. And we already know there's a throne and a kingdom waiting for us. Like it's, so we have something to look forward to, right? We got something to look forward to. Like it's verse 4. "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully." It didn't say be mournful about it, weep, mourn, uh, be frustrated about the things you're going through. It said take it cheerfully. Now we know our flesh wants to do something different, just like when Paul was saying the things that I want to do, I don't do. And the things that I don't do, I want to do. Right? Your flesh will war against you in these things, but you have to, like they say, be optimistic of the things that the Most High has for us. He has a kingdom for us, waiting for us. All we have to do is endure. Okay, continuing on in verse 4, it says, "And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate." Like it's, don't give up when you lose your job. You have to take a pay cut when you get the new job. Your car break down, so you have to get another car. It ain't as nice as your old car, but hey, you got it. It gets you from A to B.
Right.
Things like that. Don't be so down in the dumps, because it could be worse. You could be as Job. The Most High took everything from Job, like his, but he still had trust in the Most High God. He still trusted in Him, and we know how the outcome came for him. So why would you think that the Most High wouldn't do the same for you? Doesn't Malachi 3 and 6 say that I am the Lord, I change not? So why would your predicament change the outcome of what's going on? You're gonna go through troubles, but the Lord, He has a plan for you, and He wants to give you the kingdom. It said, "It is my good pleasure to give you the kingdom." So why fret when you know how the story ends? Go ahead.
Yeah, and another thing too, not only that, to build up off that too, is it's never good to vex people as well.
Mm,
You got to make sure. Let me get sorry, right. Let's go to chapter 4 and verse 2, so I can break this down to help as well too, because it's not only just about not giving up, but you got to know when you're around certain people, whatever. You got to know these spirits you get the discernment of, man, that can help
mm.
to continue in this walk, man, because it's all through. And that's why I love the book of Sirach, man. But can you read that for me, Baba Shai?
Yeah, I got you. I'm there. This is Sirach chapter 4 and verse. You want it too?
Yeah,
Kind. Verse 2. "Make not an hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress."
that's something you cannot do. That's something that we don't need to do towards each other as well, man. You don't want to provoke that man in that distress. Why? Because it fathers. It creates even more boundary. It sets up to go even farther to a dead end, right? Watch this. Go to verse 3, Baba Shai.
Verse 3. "Add no more trouble to a heart that is vexed, and defer not to give to him that is in need."
It would never do good for us to add trouble to trouble.
Mm,
You're only making the vexation worse by doing that. So the Bible is telling you don't do that at all, man. Right? If we're going to endure like Job, we're going to have to make sure, man, that we don't allow things or anyone that we could be connected to that can add trouble to vex you or cause you to go into even more stress, man. That's the time for us, man, to be in that set apart, man, with the Lord, that loneliness, man, and that quietness, man, so that we can hear the whole Most High God, man. So we don't do something that our flesh wants to do, that we make sure we're hearing the spirit of the Most High God, man, before we decide to take that road, before we decide to open that door. We need to make sure, man, that we're listening to the Lord and not let our hearts be vexed.
That's right. Hey, that's a good point. Are you really being a true disciple if you're doing that?
Right.
You're not there. You're
Not
not upholding your brother. You
you
oppressing your brother.
pressing him. Yeah. That's they point out to.
That's a
That's
good
what
point.
you know you're doing that, but you think he don't know that. Yes, he knows that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's there.
Mm.
It's not going to be a cover up. It's not a blanket you can just throw over, man, and just cover it up, a rug or something, man. The Lord is showing that, man, because we supposed to have love towards each other, like David had with Jonathan, man.
Yeah.
Sincere love. See, it's easy said than done, and we need to have more doers and not just hearers alone, but be able to actually walk this thing, man, and not try to make it a public awareness as far as, hey, look what I'm doing. I'm doing. This person ain't doing it. God ain't in all that, man. He knows your heart.
That's right.
He knows your heart.
Hey, that's a great point. Great point. He does. The Most High knows your heart, and like I was saying in the beginning of it, He knows why you're doing it. Are you doing it just to be seen?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing it because you really love His people and you want to uplift the people? And then the uplifting of the people becomes the light to the other people so that they can glorify the Father.
Mm-hmm.
And is that the reason why you're doing it?
Exactly.
Hey, that's a good one. I like that.
All right.
I like that. And let's get back to James. We're gonna we stopped off at 2.
Yeah.
Let's hit verse 3 and verse 4.
Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
Mm.
But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect, entire, wanting nothing.
And that's right. I guess you gotta go through the fire. You gotta go through the fire so that you can come out perfected.
Hmm.
And that brings me back to Sirach 2. Like this is 2 and 5. For gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. That's the things that shape you. If you never been through nothing, you can't tell nobody nothing. If you ain't never been through nothing, you can't tell nobody nothing. Oh, your life was great. Your whole life. You were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, and your father was a CEO of a Fortune 500 business, and then you inherited that. You ain't gonna tell your average everyday Joe, hey, you what you struggling in America for? Everything's great. Like look at me. Look at how my life turned out.
Right.
That you're not a monolith. You're not the only one.
Mm-hmm.
You don't represent the group. You don't represent all the tribes. Like Yahushai isn't all the tribes. He was one man that didn't sin and didn't lie. That doesn't mean that we all didn't sin and didn't lie.
Right.
That we didn't all even him. He went through things. Was he not tempted in Matthew 4?
It was.
He was tempted. It said Satan took him up on a high place, and then he said, "Hey, if you be the son of God, throw yourself down. The angel's gonna come and save you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you hungry? Turn these stones to bread. Dude, he was even tempted. So why you don't think that you're gonna be tempted?
Going to. Right.
And when the pressure was on, because he just got through fasting 40 days, 40 nights. He hungry. He could have been like, you know what? Right. Boop, bread. But he said, man's not to be live by bread alone, but every word out of the mouth of God. Under pressure, he had a scripture to combat it. He had the word of God to combat that. He didn't go off of how he felt. He was hungry. He could have done it. He could have just boop food. I'll throw myself off here. Angel's gonna catch me.
Mm.
Just to try to show him his authority. But he used the scriptures to rebuke him. And that's the same thing we have to do when we're under pressure. I remember I was I was working overnight at Walmart, right? And I had a sister working with me. She always had attitude, always wanted to start some stuff, talking stuff about me behind my back. But I just kept working. I never let it change who I was towards anybody. And then one time she was like, "This is when I was still in the Christian church." So she was talking crazy about me. I said, "Thank you, Jesus." I'm like, "Kids, if they hated you, if they hated me first, you know they're gonna hate you, right?" I
Right.
could just, and she just kept getting madder and madder every time. Every time I bring out the scripture on her, because I wasn't gonna let her change the spirit that was in me.
Mm.
Because I'm a representative of my Father and of my Lord. That's how I know I'm in the faith that I really believe.
Right.
Because I don't let tribulations change who I am. If anything, they only strengthen me through my trials. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think adversity uh builds perfection
Hmm.
to a point where you finally going through something for so long and being it's kind of starting back with the adversity with the children of Israel, man, being in Egypt. And in Exodus 3:9, the Lord said, I've heard your cry. Like that was hard bondage. That was some adversity that they was facing and everything, man, only to come out of that and be the top nation, be the people that God created us to be, man, and to show that only by coming through it, right? You come out, you find gold. They were fine gold when we came out of that place, man. Kind of with
Hmm.
the precept that you brought out, man. I think a lot of times, man, we get in these hard places and hard times and stuff, man. We don't allow it to just resonate, man, and just wait and patiently wait on the Lord to see what the Lord wants to do with it. It all matters to Him, how He wanted to run, how He wants to come out. It matters to the Lord because the Lord hasn't forsaken His people. He hasn't given up on them, but the Lord wants you to come out and be better. He wants you to be coming out being that gold. And the only way to do that, man, remember, the Lord got to put you through that fire. Some of the times, man, we don't even choose it. It's just the way it goes with Him. He'll be like, all
Hmm.
right, man, boom. You know what I'm saying? You going through this today, like kind of with Joseph. Joseph was coloring coats and everything, man, many colors. Then all of a sudden, everybody kept saying the brothers. The brothers was the one that sold them in. The Bible says in Genesis 45, it was the Lord. The Lord was the one that sent them to Egypt to preserve the life of the children of Israel, man. So you just got to count it on our joy, and you just got to wait up on the Lord in them times, man.
Right. All right. That's a good point. I like how you put that together right there. Like it's just like it. Hey, sometimes it just happened. Job. It just happened to Job.
Yeah,
Job was a perfect man and upright, one that is
you know,
skewed evil,
yeah,
right? But he said, Satan, what do you think about Job?
yeah, yeah.
Satan didn't say, let me have Job, let me try him. Nah, Lord said, hey, what do you think about Job? He like,
Mm,
well, he blessed, so if you take everything from him, he gonna curse you. Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
mm.
Satan said, bet.
Hey,
and went at it.
and that's a good point. That's the point we should have brought out first, right there. Like it's the Most High was the one that said, "Hey, what you think about him?" It wasn't like Satan came up to him and said, "Hey." Most High went to him, "Hey, what you think about my servant over here?"
Hmm.
Like, come and test him. I mean, that's just the way he do things, man. He do things in a way that we wouldn't be accustomed to understanding. Like, why are you doing? That's just him. The Most High does what he want, man.
Hmm. That's good. That's good. He does. He does whatever he wants. And that's why we have to be patient when we go through these things.
Right,
So that like it's because we know that going through these things is the trying of your faith is patience. So you gotta let that work its perfect work. You have to let
right,
it do what it does. Right?
right.
They say hard times make hard people. Right? That means you can endure like it's when you go through hard things, you can endure almost anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like it, hey, let it be like it. Growing up, but we weren't rich, but we're like it. So when things go push come to shove, you know how to be like, man. I gotta pay all the bills, but I ain't got too much. Man, let me go get a loaf of bread. Let me get me some sandwich meat. Let me get the spaghetti noodles and a can of
Put it together.
sauce, right? Like it might spice it up. Let me get some Tony Satch, spice it up a little bit. But
Yeah,
we know how like it made you learn how to endure hard times. That's why I said hard times, like it's
yeah,
hard times make hard people.
yeah,
And like it, and if you never been through nothing, you ain't gonna go, you can't talk about nothing.
yeah. You ain't got a piece of the puzzle. You ain't got a card in the game, man. I mean,
Mhm,
that's like I say several years ago, man. I
mhm,
remember when I lost my mother, man, as a teenager, as 19 years old. Um, Church typical thing is, oh, it'll be all right. I understand what you're going through. And I had told a young lady that said it to me. I said, have you lost your mother as a young age as I have? She said, no. And I said, then you don't know what I'm going through.
mhm,
You can't
mhm.
just say you know what somebody's going through, man, if you're not even been there. You haven't walked that mile yet, man. You don't even, there's no place for you. How do you encourage somebody at that moment if you don't know how because you haven't been there?
Mhm.
Got to make sure you understand, man. You know, we got to think before we react or speak, man. Just have some cordial and be like, hey, man, I haven't been there, but I pray that you come up out of that thing, man.
Right, right. That's right.
Because you get a lot of our brothers and sisters today, man, you know, don't have a play in the fight and they just speaking up on something that they have no clue or idea what's going on. They just speaking because they feel like I need to speak at this moment. Not necessarily. The Bible tells
Mhm.
us let your yea be yea and your nay be no, but there's sometimes you need to listen, and there's sometimes you need to just close your mouth. Man. Don't try to
Yeah.
always be the most high God in that area, man. Like, well, I feel like it's up to me to say what this needs to be doing and everything. Man has done misled us, man, for centuries, man. It's time for us just to wait on the Lord and listen to the Lord, man. He's got the ultimate answer for every problem. He's got it. Shalom,
Yeah.
shalom, shalom.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I was thinking that too. Like it's when we go through the Day of Atonement, and Shalom to you would go Shalom for the kind. Like it's when we go through the Day of Atonement, we're denying our flesh
Mm-hmm.
the things that it craves. Like so it teaches your body to endure things that it's not used to. Because most of the time, like at least you have like one good meal a day, right?
Right,
And like you blessed if you got two, and you highly favored if you get three, right?
right, right,
Like so when you learn to deny yourself the things of the flesh, you become stronger in the in the spiritual area in overcoming the flesh, putting mind over the flesh, your heart over the flesh, your spirituality over the flesh. So that's a good point.
right,
That's a real good point right there.
right, right.
Because that's a like we're gonna endure all kinds of things in this walk.
Yeah,
That's what this
yeah.
lesson's about. That's what this lesson's about. Formation under trials. Like it's because you're gonna go through the fire. You're gonna either be the dross, you're gonna be the dross, or you're gonna be the pure gold. It's one of the two. That's all it is.
Yeah, it is.
All right. You had anything else you want to bring out?
Now you got that one on the hammer, on the nail right there.
Mm, right.
Praises.
Yeah, cause let's let's hit up. Let's go to First Peter 4, and we'll do First Peter 4, and we'll start at verse 12. Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
this goes fittingly with what we just got through rolling into.
Me too. Right. First Peter 4 and 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you as though some strange thing happened unto you. Kind of goes right into it.
Yeah, because think about that. You
Yeah.
be like, why is this happening to me? Why why I have to lose my job? Why I have
Mm-hmm.
to lose my car? Why this bill come out of nowhere? Now I can't. I'm supposed to go on vacation. Now I got to cancel that.
Yeah.
What's going on? Why are these things happening to me? Sometimes you're just like, man, they're just trials to make you stronger. It had a thing that was called uh Semper Gumby, always flexible. That's how you have to do with you got to be in this walk. You got to be flexible to the things that come against you so that you don't lose who you truly are,
Right.
like it's through the trials. Like it's that you, because we're molded by the word. If you say you trust the Most High, you are molded by His word, and the words that are left by His prophets, by our forefathers, by our brethren and our kinsmen,
Mm-hmm.
according to the flesh, who are Israelites. Had to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Had to throw that in there.
Get that in there. Shoot, they need to
Yeah,
hear that one. Hey.
right. So we know that things are going to come upon us, and sometimes we think it's strange that it's happening to us. That's what it's saying over here in 12. Let's go into 13.
Let's go on to 13. It says, but rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceedingly joy.
You see how it said when you have those fiery trials, it said like it's you might feel some type of way about it, but rejoice because because of Christ's suffering. Christ went through many things for our sake.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He didn't have to go through those things for our sake. They they mocked him. They pulled out his beard.
Spit
He
on.
got that spit on him. They try to give him vinegar for water, gall. They put a crown of thorns on his head, made him walk with for what? Even Pilate was like, "This man did nothing. I wash my hands of it. He didn't do nothing." But but it was set up by the Most High that he would be the sacrifice for us.
Mm-hmm.
So if Christ goes through this, knowing what the end will be,
Mm-hmm.
you know that he's coming back, and you know how your end is going to be.
Right.
You
That's
know what you know what's going to be in store for you. Like we said at the beginning, there's a kingdom waiting for you. The Most High said, "It is my good pleasure to give you the kingdom." But
right.
are you gonna fold under pressure and lose that?
Mm-mm. That's part of that glory, man, and honor, and that appearing of the Lord in that, man, is that trial. That trial is that faith, man. That's a trial. That's a fire, man. It's been tested, man. Right?
Mhm.
Why you saying that one, God? I'm gonna flip back a couple of pages, man. I'm gonna go to Peter 1:7 and feed off what you just brought into. Let me
Okay.
feed off on that. Let me see here. 1 and watch this. Verse 7 to go right along with the trial of fire, right? It says that the trial of your faith being much more precious than gold that perish, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua. So at the appearing of him, if you endure to the end, it's going to be a lot of praising going on, man.
Mm.
It's going to be a lot going on. The Lord, he said, it's going to be praising and honor. Hey, you made it through. You made it, man. Just as he made it. Just as our brother Paul made it. John the Baptist made it, man. We're going to be able to be the same way, man. Hey, we made it. And that praise and honor, that's coming from the Lord, man. See,
Mm.
might be found unto praise and honor and glory, right? He ain't giving the crown of glory for nothing, man. But it's enduring that fire, man. It's enduring the coming out of that thing fine gold. You might win in that thing kind of milky like a little bit, but you need to come out hard stone, man. And it's true, for real. All
That's
praise to
right.
God, man. We'll get
All
back.
praises to the Most High.
Yeah,
Man, that was beautiful. That's a beautiful precept right there.
right. Is you still on
Man.
what we on? 4 and 13?
Yeah, we just finished 13. Let's go on to 14.
14. If ye be a reproach for the name of Christ, happy are ye. For the spirit of glory and of God is set upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified.
And they talk bad about our Lord and Savior, right?
He did.
They spoke down on him like yes, but count it joy that you are reproached for his sake. They people mock you. Hey, what was that pastor said? Jesus isn't black.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus ain't black.
That's what he said.
What you talking about?
That's what he said.
He a melanated man, right?
Oh, now the
He
black's different. Come on, man.
it's different, you know. It fits the narrative.
Right,
It just fits the narrative that they want to push. But we know how we teach it, and we know what Christ looked like. We know what his people look like. We know what the disciples look like. So why would he be any different, right?
right,
Why would
right.
he be any different? But we'll suffer all y'all point of it. Well, he ain't this, he ain't that. Yeah, just like in the video last night, brothers had to suffer through
Mm.
these doctrines
Oh
of
man,
devils. Well, you're not an Israelite. You live in
you
Knoxville.
living not? Yeah, yeah. That's great. You're not
Brothers had
true
to
blood.
suffer.
Wow.
Brothers were suffering through that, man. It was hard, man. I wasn't there that night. Like but brothers were suffering. I could see it. They, but it takes patience
Mm.
with our people.
It,
If brothers weren't built up the way they were, it could have been wrong.
wrong from the beginning. That's right.
It could they weren't like it. They could have been trust. They could have been sent off, called off. The police called on them.
Hmm.
Whatever, you know. But brothers had enough discipline because they were built. Because we built different like that. We built a little different than they are in these churches. We have a little more discipline than they do, and
That's right.
brothers were able to have the conversation. And if you missed that, check out Chief's channel. No, the
Yeah,
Chiefs zone pound for pound. And they went over that last night. I was there for a little bit. We were trying to
yeah.
fix some things behind the scenes, but brothers went into that. And you'll see brothers were going through it for to bring out the truth, to
Right.
bring out the gospel, right?
And talking to a brother earlier, man, and
Mhm.
he said, the brother said, brother Frank, he said, man, I no longer go to church, man. I said, that same thing we said last night, that we are no longer in those seats. We no longer follow white supremacy, man. We no longer those the blind Gentiles or Jew, whatever you want to call it. The Lord removed us from them places, man. So we're no
Mhm.
longer in them churches, man. So it was very hard, man, because we got to have the same love Christ had for our people as he had. He was
Mhm.
patient and everything. He really showed that too. And it's tough to go in these places, man, where our people at, man, where they disregard, man, and they go all out of the way, man, screaming, yelling, out of order and everything. We still had to show some cordial, man, and sat there, man, and tried our best, man, to help them see what is the Most High truly want them to see. But it's a long video, so people still got to
Yeah,
go check it out on the channel and everything, man. Leave comments or whatever it may be, man. But we got to have a sincere love for our people, man.
that's right. Hey, and check us out next week. We're gonna have that class just covering the next part of the video.
Right, right.
Most High willing, right? All right, so let's do verse 15.
Okay. Where was I? 15? Yeah. Here we
Yep,
go.
15.
Verse 15. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, as a thief, as an evildoer, as a busybody in other man's matters.
Don't be any of these things. It says,
Nope.
"Hey, I don't want you to be." That's what it means. Like it, let none of you suffer. It means don't none of y'all do any of these things. Don't be like as a murderer, as a thief, or a busybody in other men's matters, talking about this, that, and the third. Well,
Right.
you heard brother over here did that,
Mm-hmm.
that, that. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
sister over here, that, that, that. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we know, hey, we see a lot of this floating around in Israel.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you
This
do.
happens in Israel.
Yes, it
Nobody,
does.
nobody has immunity to this. The truth is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
The word is the word. The wisdom is the wisdom.
Yeah.
There's a reason why it says don't do these things.
Mm-hmm.
Because what does it do? it shows bad character. It shows bad character. You're a murderer. Isn't that in the law?
Yeah.
Being a thief, stealing, that's in the law.
Oh.
Evildoer, that covers up that covers all of that. If you breaking the law, you are evildoer. Or be as a busybody. Busybody it's no law about being a busybody, but it's wisdom to not be one.
Yeah, and it break down with that busy body, man. Like you saying one thing here, running over here, saying another, and running over here. Now the whole thing is totally different from when it first started and stuff, man. And you don't want to build up that, right?
Nope.
The Bible says, worry about the log in your own eye, man, right? The Lord said, examine yourself.
That's right.
Right. So you can't help somebody else if you can't help yourself first. Right. So you can't do these things. That's the reason why it says do not do. And it pointed out be specific, right? Like this murdering from a busybody, man, evildoers, a thief. It's like we're at the top charts right here, man. Right?
Right.
Do these things, man, because it only starts strife, man. It leads to bad things, man. So this is what Peter, in which a lot of folks don't like to talk about Peter, but we're reading Peter right now, man, which is the church. He has the keys to the church. So yeah. So all praises for that, man. That's a good precept right there.
God.
I hope the brothers and sisters get that in the chat too. 1 Peter 4 and that on 15. That's a good one. That's
12 and down to 15. Well, we're gonna finish out the rest of the chapter. Like if you want to add anything in, hey, just stop. Right. So let's get verse 16.
Yet if any man suffer as Christ as a yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify God on his behalf.
Because the things that we go through is all for the glory of the Most High God.
Right.
All the things we go through. If we suffer as a follower of Christ, because not what we call modern day Christians, but if you are a true follower of Christ, let him not be ashamed. Because what do we have to be ashamed of?
Right.
We know all the righteousness that came during his walk, all the lessons, the example he set, like 1 Peter 2 say. 1 Peter 2 and 21 and 22. Just like he set the example for us. Why be ashamed of it?
Right.
Who did no sin?
Right.
And there was no treachery, no trickery found in his mouth. He didn't lie about nothing.
He didn't gall.
What?
None of that was found in his mouth.
Right. None of that. So why would you be ashamed of that? But let him glorify the Most High on his behalf. Right? Let's go. You have anything on that?
No.
All right, now let's hit 17 then.
17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it is first begin at us, what shall the end of them that obey not the gospel?
Man, it got to start with us. That goes perfectly into what you were talking about. How you going to have the mote in your eye and try to tell somebody else what they got to do?
Right.
It's got to start with us. We've got to get each other together. We've got to hold each other accountable. That's the only way. Doesn't it say iron sharpeneth iron?
Right.
Not plastic sharpeneth iron. Putty sharpeneth iron. It's iron sharpening iron. We have to be that to one another.
Right.
Like we've got to be this. We've got to be the ones that start the judgment amongst each other. Because if we judge one another, then God ain't got to judge us. If I can come and correct my brother before he offend, then the Most High, when he sent his son back, that judgment ain't gonna fall on you no more. You can be forgiven for that.
Right.
I corrected my way, Lord. I'm like if my brother told me, I accepted his word because I read it and I read it for myself. You know what? It didn't feel good at the time when he told me. I was a little mad, actually. I was a little mad. But then I calmed down and I thought about it. Why am I this way with my brother that only loves me? Why would I think so evil of my brother who's trying to correct me in love because we know the love of his children, the love of God is the keeping of the commandments. 1 John 5.
Right.
Okay, so we have to know that it's gonna start with us. We're gonna go through the trials first. When we get to the wilderness, it's gonna purge out the rebels, right?
Mm.
That judgment's gonna start with us, and then guess what? Who's left?
That's
Who's left? It's
exactly
just the gold. The
right.
gold, only the gold's left. The dross, get it out of here. But only the gold will be left. Only those who are refined, who make it through the fire, are going to be able and deemed worthy to rule.
Yeah, that's a great point to bring out too, man. Because that's exactly what I was out going, but you covered it already. But
Go
if the
ahead.
judgment starts with Israel, that means another judgment is coming, not
Mm,
towards us, but to these other people. So, and this also is a great precept too, man, for people who still struggle with understanding that there's a people that don't obey the gospel.
right.
That's why he said, what's going to happen to them that obey not the gospel? That's another beautiful precept, man, to pull out to show you, man. Not all people was keeping the law. So that judgment, it comes to the house of Israel first. And then after that
Mm,
judgment come to Israel, the next judgment will be going out for those who don't keep the law. Right. So
mm,
that's a beautiful thing to bring out, man, that it starts with us. And it's saying that right there, man. It starts with that, with God's people, his house first, which showing you, man, they always being first, right? So it's going to start with us, man, and it's meant for us to get ourselves straight and get the house in order. That's what it is, man. It's getting your house in
kind,
order.
kind. And that goes right into 18.
Yeah,
Bring
yeah,
it out.
yeah. And if the righteous scarcely Salaki, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Oh, everybody can't be saved. Sorry.
I mean, there's,
It's
I
right
mean,
there. It's on.
I mean,
It's on.
if it's a way to get around it, like they will truly find it, but I don't know how.
I don't know how
I
either.
don't know.
If the righteous, that we know that the judgment has to start with us first,
Right?
and then what's gonna happen to those who don't? And then it says if those people barely make it, why do you think those who don't obey the gospel of God, which I say, like when you say the gospel of God, the good news, who do not obey the good news of God, because there's curses. Look, there's curses and there's blessings. But if you break the commandments, right? You break the commandments as a punishment. But for those who keep it,
It's a blessing.
you get saved. You get
Right.
some. You get saved.
I don't know how you get around that, but
Mm.
I'm pretty sure I believe that's why they don't talk much about Paul. I think that Peter, I'm sorry, Peter. I believe that's just why they don't like to go here and see Peter and be like, forget that. Let's go to Paul.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, Peter. But Paul said,
Yeah,
but like it's. But we love our brethren. They just don't have the whole understanding. They don't.
understanding. They
They're
don't.
not harmonizing the scripture. They're
They
just
don't.
trying to pick
Yeah.
point by point. Like it's. I've seen Israelites do it, but I've definitely seen it's way more in the church. Way more in the church. But then we just have to pray for our brothers and make sure that they like show them, hey, you got to harmonize the Bible, right?
Yeah, it's got to.
Right. Let's get the last verse right here.
19. Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of God commit to the keeping of their souls to him in well doing, as unto a faithful creator.
Because if you said you're gonna suffer for them, like it's, hey, let your soul suffer. Let you be fully committed to that. Let you stand 10 toes down in that truth. Because you tell me I like it, I gotta keep the commandments. I'm gonna keep the commandments.
Right.
The Bible say you not until one jot or one tittle won't be go away until heaven and earth be done away with. We still on heaven. We still have a heaven above us, and we still on the earth, right?
Right.
Guess what? You got to keep that law till those things come apart.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, and we don't see. Hey, we still here. So guess what? I'm gonna commit to the keeping of my soul in well doing, keeping the commandments of the Most High God unto our faithful Creator.
Right, right. And I'll just point out this real quick too. This goes right
Mhm.
along with what we just said up in verse 18 and 17, where it says, "Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of God
Mhm.
commit the keeping of their souls." We know who the ones that keeping the will of God. We know what that means. A lot of our people don't understand that though. But he's signifying, is pointing it out. The ones that are suffering, he's talking about the ones that's under his will. That's a separation right here, man. That's why he said to those that suffer according to the will.
Mm.
And we know what the will of God is, right? But some of our people don't understand it. In fact, in that video, we was telling that apostle that do you know what the will of God is?
Mm.
Right. That's what the conversation that got kind of out. That's going to be on our part two, but it's showing you he's pointing out the people that's under that law, under that will, and knows that law. So that's a great point just to pull out in that too as well.
Yeah, that's I guess because these are the things I figured it'd be one of the best things to receive the word from the rock of the church. Like
I
it's
mean,
right, right
try
out of
not.
his mouth. Is there anything else? Like is there anything else really to say after that?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, because chapter 5 goes into like what an elder's supposed to be doing, right? You got to
Mm-hmm.
feed the flock and things like that. 'Cause I think I want to do a lesson later on a lot of those other things. But right here in 4, it was telling us as those who are followers of Christ what we should do, what we got to look forward to, and that hey, you got to stand 10 toes down in this truth.
That's right, man. That's right.
That's how he closed it out. He closed it out. You got to suffer. He said you got to commit to the keeping of your soul in well doing,
Right.
and
Right.
that's beautiful. And we
Yeah.
know that the keeping of the law is well doing, and that's good.
Right. That's right. Hey, you ain't gonna find none of the prophets not go suffering and then don't finish. All of them did, man. Every last one of them, man, to the very end. And that's expected of us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Most High don't change, remember? So
No,
why would we go through something? He gonna look at, oh my God, he gonna, oh Lord, no. I brought plenty before you even thought about walking. I brought plenty through. He's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna bring you through that, man.
that's right. He'll bring us through, like it's always and forever. He gonna bring it through because he made that promise when he could swear on nothing greater than himself.
Mm,
you know. So hey, we gotta stand strong in our faith. Another good point, and I love this story. I wanted to go through the whole prayer of Azariah, but the
mm,
prayer of Azariah it's so long. We
mm.
don't have enough time to go through all of it. But whenever you have a chance, read that.
Yeah.
Read the prayer of Azariah. Like if you got your apocrypha, like hey, you'll have at it. It's it's beautiful. When I think about it, I just those brothers went through some things, and that's what we're gonna touch on. We're gonna touch on the Hebrew boys. They went through
Yeah.
some stuff,
Yeah.
right? That's in we're gonna hit up Daniel 1, just so we can get a context of who they really were and what's going on. So if you wouldn't mind, we're gonna go through
Hebrews.
yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
go through Daniel.
Some Hebrew boys. All right.
That's right.
Book of Daniel. In the third year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of the Babylonian, unto Jerusalem and besieged it.
All right, so we got the context of what's going on. Hey, Jerusalem has been besieged or taken over.
Yep.
Hey, we're captive. We're in captive in our own land here,
Right.
right? Go ahead.
Verse 2. And the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand, and with part of the vessels of the house of God, which he carried into the land of Shinar, to the house of his God. And he brought the vessels into the treasure house of his God.
So in Daniel, it's already giving you the like this. I don't want to say preface, but it's giving you the setup that like you already know that the nation was in sin because it said the Lord gave King Joachim into the hand. It didn't say, oh, they just came into the land and beat them up and took their stuff. The Lord allowed this to happen. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's a great point to get out, to show the people that it wasn't him that just they just came in a barrage. Remember, the Lord is the glory of Israel. So when the Lord do something, if he move himself or he give you up, it's by him. So the Lord was the one that said, yo, get you on over there. Right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The nations can't do nothing against you if you be like it says in Judith. It said, hey, when that God is with them, ain't nothing you can really do to them. But that's why they try to keep you in sin to this day.
Yeah.
Like that's why they put pork in everything. Got you like pork in everything. That's crazy. You can't have nothing.
Toothpaste and everything.
Man, I tell you this, I used to love Pop-Tarts, man. I used to love Pop-Tarts. And then there used to be some that had gelatin in them and some that didn't. I went to that bad boy. I was like, man, I'm gonna get some of them brown sugar Pop-Tarts real quick. Look at the back of the box, gelatin. I was like, say it ain't so, Lord. I love them things, but hey, I love the Lord more.
They putting it in everything now, so you gotta be courteous. You gotta be like, hey, let's go out here. Let me look, and that's how much that. See, and I won't even change that. it just got me wired up.
You riled up, right?
Let me go on to this, man.
God.
Verse 3. And the king spoke unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel and the king's seed in of the princesses.
See that? It was like you didn't get just because you were a Israelite or you were of royalty, you didn't get away. This is what it means when the Lord says he has no respect of persons. This is what it's talking about. It don't matter if you're the king of Israel or a poor person in Israel. Hey, we all go through the curses.
That's right. Verse 4, in whom was no blemish, but well favored and skillful in all wisdom, in cunning in knowledge and understanding science. And such had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, in whom they might teach the learning in the tongue of the Chaldeans.
Oh, so they taught our people a whole nother language.
Yep.
Don't that sound familiar?
It does. It
really does. Are people whose tongue you didn't know? Sound like a curse to me, right?
That is.
Sound like a curse to me. That happened to us too, right?
It sure did.
Right? And that just shows you like everything's coming in cycles. That curse then, that curse in that captivity, the curse in our captivity.
Right. Verse number 5. And the king appointed them a daily provision of the king's meat and of the wine which he drank, so nourishing them 3 years, that at the end thereof they might stand before the king.
So the king wanted them to stand with him. He found these children of Israel who were skillful, had wisdom, knowledge. They understand sciences. They understood sciences, and they had wisdom, and they were well enough that they could be placed in the house with the king. Right. And he wanted them to be with him. And what did he do when he wanted them to be a part of what he was? Go ahead.
Verse 6. Now among these, verse
yeah,
6.
You're right.
Now among these were of the children of Judah, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, and unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names,
He did what? What did he do?
For unto the prince of the eunuchs gave names.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds very familiar.
We had our own names, but they wanted to change your name.
Yeah, that's why you ain't got your name. That's why you got some plantation name today.
Right.
Right. It says, unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names. For he gave unto Daniel the name of Belshazzar, and unto Hananiah Shadrach, into Mishael, Meshach, into Azariah Abednego.
Now look at that. They had their own Hebrew names, and then the people who took them gave them new names. Sounds awfully familiar.
It does.
Sounds awfully familiar. Now you see how that works, how it worked in that captivity, and how it mirrors the captivity we were in also. But this isn't the point. This is the point. The point is to just show you who these people are that went through this fire, right?
Right.
So let's jump to chapter 3.
Getting nigh to it, brothers and sisters. Chapter 3.
Okay.
Let's start at verse.
Yeah, we started
verse
one.
1. Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold, whose height was 60 cubits, in the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura, in the province of Babylon.
Now the king, he done changed the names of the Hebrew boys, put them up in their place. They with the king now. This time has passed. They with the king. And now the king, he wants to erect a golden image. Right? Let's continue.
Then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together the princesses, the governors and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the province to come in the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up.
So he set up an idol, and he wanted everybody to come and give a dedication to it. They come, look at this, right? He wanted them to come and worship it, right?
Verse number 4. Then in Herod cried out loud, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, the psaltery, and the dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king hath set before you, set up.
Now, this is the king. He's made a royal decree through his eunuchs. Hey, you're gonna do this. Hey, when you hear this, when you hear all types of music, you to fall down and worship this golden image that your king has set up.
Right.
But what happens if you don't? What happens if you don't do that, though?
Verse 6. And whosoever falleth not down to worship shall the same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace.
Ooh, so we have a decree that you got to worship this or you going to die. We know who else did stuff like that. That was there not a crusade where they said, if you don't worship this image, this white Jesus, we got to put you to death.
Got to kill you.
I'm telling you, the blueprint of wickedness is to get you to serve something else that's not of the truth.
Right.
To serve something else that is not God. And we do that kind of to ourselves sometimes. Yeah. We set up, like it said, the word said, set up idols in your heart against the Most High God. You do it yourself. Instead of keeping the Sabbath day, you want to go out and make you some money.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta take care of my family. Who takes it? Doesn't the Most High take care of you?
Yeah, he's the source.
You don't think he can provide for you?
Come on now.
You not to say that like if you learned the truth and you still got to work on the Sabbath day, just tell them I can't work that. And if they can't let you off, you just know that you tried to get off.
You showing that
You
to the
want
Lord too.
you're not willfully sinning. You just stuck. You're in that place that the Most High has you, right? You in the furnace. You want to do what's right, but you can't, right?
Right.
That's what's happening. So right here, we know the we got Hebrew boys who have a knowledge of God, wisdom, skillful, all that. The king is telling them they better do something or they die. Not just them, but everybody, right? There's a scripture that says you shouldn't be following a multitude to
Of
do evil,
evil. Right. Right.
right? And we know what he's having them do is evil.
That is
All
wicked madness, man.
right, let's continue and see what happens. Let's see how this story goes.
Verse 8, wherefore at the time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews.
No, they accused the Christians,
Accused the Jews.
just believers of Christ,
Accused the Jews.
just people who just believe and love everybody.
Accused the Jews.
All right, it says it right there. Chief had to correct me every time. He had to correct me each time.
Yeah. Make sure to get a full imprint of that. That's
Yeah.
good. Right. All right.
Right.
Verse 9, they spoke and said to the king of Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever.
Mm-hmm.
Though, verse 10, though the king has made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, the sackbut, the posterity, and the dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image.
So they're just reiterating everything that's supposed to happen. Go ahead.
Same thing. And whosoever falleth not down and worship, that he shall be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace.
Here we go.
Verse 12, there are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thou gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up.
Because why? Because they knew who their God was.
Yes, they did.
They didn't care that the king who had the power to cast them into the furnace could just end their life. They didn't care about none of that. They knew who actually had the power to not destroy just the body, but to destroy the soul.
So, right. Good point.
That's the fear they had.
They didn't fear the furnace, even though they saw the furnace, even though they could witness it, looking right at it and seeing how big it is and how hot it is. They still chose, hey, if it's meant for us to die, that's what it's going to have to be, because we don't fear that. We fear something much powerful than that.
That's right. That's right.
Verse 13. Did I read 12? Yeah, no.
Yeah, we got 12.
Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spoke and said unto them, is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up?
What did they say?
Now, if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, the posterity, and the dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye shall fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye should be cast the same hour in the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands?
And that's the question. Who is the God that can deliver you out of the hands of man? Nebuchadnezzar asked, he was trying to be facetious. He was He was trying to be sarcastic. Who gonna save you out of my hand?
Yeah, I can
What
see
God
it.
gonna save you out of my hand? But we like it's but they are Jews. They know the power that the Most High holds, who saved them out of what we call the fiery furnace of Egypt. His how our forefathers were brought out with a strong hand and a strong arm.
Mm-hmm.
That's the God they knew.
Right.
And think about this nowadays. Oh, hey, we're gonna get up like this. When they raise that flag and play the national anthem, you better stand up and put your hand on your heart.
Same thing.
Or guess what? We're gonna cancel you.
Yeah, we're gonna penalize you.
Well, hey, and they put you like it. They'll shame you to a point where you don't want to live.
Yeah.
But what? But who's the God that's gonna save you from their hands?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I like this.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answering said unto the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king.
Now they just put it right back in the. Who's this guy? Hey, let me tell you. Let me tell you. I thought about this. I thought on this. I thought about the consequences of what would go down if I didn't worship it. But I got a God, because the God that I serve, He will save me out of that fire and out of your hand.
Right.
Oh king. Oh king. I can imagine them. They're just sitting there. Oh my God, Yahweh, He gonna save me out of your hand. Oh king. You know,
Mm. You know,
man, because our people, we theatrical.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I would say, when I read this, man,
Hmm.
coming in the truth and stuff, and when I read this, it was the approach that they had towards him when they
Hmm.
said, we know our God. How many of us truly know God? These
Mm,
brothers knew God, and even though they knew the Most High God, they trusted and believed that He was going to deliver them, and they said it.
mm,
How many of us can face adversity to that point and keep that same faith like these brothers did? They got tried in the furnace, man. They were like, look, man, we know He going to deliver us because we know Him. This ain't Christianity where they say, oh, we all know God. No, these
mm-mm,
Jews is like, we know Him. You understand? Like he said in Amos 3, and of all the families on the earth, I only know you. They said, we
mm.
know you, our God, and He
That's
will
right.
deliver us out of your hand. That's amazing, man.
That's right. That's how we have to approach that. Just like you said, that's the faith. That's what it looks like to persevere and have courage and trust in the Lord. To
Right,
be formed under trials, the formation under trial. That's what that is.
right.
They trusted God that much. They trusted the God of Israel, the Holy One of Israel, that much that my God, gonna get me out of that and out of your hand,
Out of your hands, man.
oh King.
Well, they didn't
Right,
just talk it; they walked that thing, boy.
right. And as we know what happened next, right?
Right.
Like let's I guess we could just go ahead and finish that out. Uh
Yeah.
you want to finish that out, or actually I like let's read down to 25.
Yeah,
Just to give the
that.
whole
That's
story.
just to get there. Yeah, verse
Yeah.
18. But if not, be known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thou gods nor worship the golden images which thou hast set up.
Hmm.
Hey, see, and that's y'all gotta get a hold of that thing. No matter what adversity, trials, death, threats, we're still not going to serve a false God because we
That's
know who
right.
the true living God is. That's beautiful, man.
Hmm.
Then was Nebuchadnezzar fully of fury, and from Slaki, in the form of his visage, which is his face, was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spoke and commanded that they should heat the furnace one 7 times more than it was, want to be heated.
So he superheated that thing.
I'm mad now.
He said, I want the fire to represent how mad I am.
Yeah, right. It's coming now. He said, and he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats, their horseshoe, in their hats, in their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent and the furnace exceedingly hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Dang! It was like you up there, you're going to give judgment to the people, and you get put in judgment. Like I'm gonna take them up there. It's so hot, they incinerate it. I think of the heat. Like you ever seen Terminator? You ever seen Terminator?
Yeah.
Remember when she had that dream in the city? The city got the bomb dropped on it, and the people were incinerated, and she was holding on to the fence. That's how I think when that men got to the fire, they're just like incinerated.
Right there. Before they got close, just getting a little close to it and just off with you.
Boosh, just man. Yeah, that's how I think of it when I read it. Oh man.
Verse 23. And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spoke and said unto his counselors, Did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have not hurt, and the form of 4th is like the Son of God.
Like the Son of God. We know who's called the Son of God, right?
Right.
Like just imagine the trials and tribulations you think that you're going through couldn't be as bad as this. Couldn't be bad as Job. But they walked it out. They trusted the Most High God. They trusted him with all their heart, their soul, and their might. The non-believers burnt up. But the men that believed on the Lord that were gonna save them,
right?
They were in the fire, chilling. They didn't have a nothing singed on them. They probably didn't even have the smoke smell in their hair, on their clothes. But in the midst of all that, the Son of Man was there to save them.
That's right.
Just like if you stand 10 toes down in this truth,
right,
the Son of Man, Mashiach Yahushua, will save you.
Right, and that's right. That's right on point, man. Because here is another man that's bounding these brothers, but then in the furnace is Christ that's loosing them bounds. He's loosing all of that, man. So that's beautiful to see that the word will always bound you, like he said up in 21 when he said, "Bind these men, put them, chain them up, man, tie them up." But it was the Son of God, Mashiach Malak Yahushua, who loosened them. So there ain't no hold that anything the world can put on you that's unbreakable. He can unloose anything. They can't even put it in certain knots, chains, or whatsoever. Still coming loose by the Son of the Most High God, man. That's a beautiful. That's right. I like that way that it says he loosed them and they were walking in the mist. Yeah, man.
That's how it is. He said, "You should know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." And we know the truth is just keeping the law, statutes, commandments, and with that comes the protection of the Most High God.
Kind. All praise.
So that was our lesson for this evening.
Yeah,
that was our lesson for this evening. That you can look back over these things, look over the scriptures, look over the precepts, and you can see that we have been left the knowledge to preserve each other, to stand up own our faith, stand 10 toes down, just like Chief said.
That's right.
Got to
That's right.
stand 10 toes down in this. And then, and only then, will you be able to endure and be saved.
That's right, man. So I pray that every brother and sister, man, everyone that's in the house of Israel, man, I pray this will be an edification for you, and especially for those who are going to watch it later, man. Hopefully, be edification for them that they can get in any comments, leave some comments, man. Let's talk Bible. That's what we need to call it. Let's talk Bible.
Talk Bible.
Let's not be like them Christianities, man, and all. Let's really talk Bible, man. You know, you got anything that's on your heart, your mind, put it in the chat, man. And let the men of the Lord, man, study to show themselves approved, man, to show that the prophets are the mouthpiece for the Most High God, man. And we'll get you that answer from the Most High himself, man.
That's right. That's right. Hey, just to let y'all know, hey, we got the Shabbat coming up. We plan to be uptown. Uptown. So we're gonna be up there about midday, going on into the evening because we know that there's a game and there's a concert going on over at the Smokies Stadium. So we look forward to see our people out there and try to bring them into the truth and the knowledge of the Most High God, so that we can be reunited, keep these law, statutes, commandments, and get up out this place.
That's right, man. It's gonna be a beautiful time. I think it's 2 concerts, right?
Is it 2?
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's Bootsy and the other one.
Oh yeah. It's we got a few people that's gonna be there, like Bootsy, Cupid.
Yeah.
Some other. I can't remember the other names, but I saw it just a little bit earlier. So we already know our people gonna be out there. If you want to be out there with us,
join the Lord's army, man.
Hey, if you want to be out there with us, hey, just drop us an email over here at treeselect144@gmail.com. Okay,
hey,
because
come out there and lay a brick. Come out there and lay a brick for the Lord, man. Be not ashamed of the gospel. Don't be ashamed of it, man. You love the Most High, man. Stand up for the Most High, man. Stand up for the Most High, man. Come out there and join your brothers, man. Join your Akims, man. And let's build this kingdom, man. Right?
That's right. Hey, we gotta go ahead. We gotta gather ourselves so that we don't feel the wrath of the Most High. Remember that it starts with us. It starts with the house of God
first. Right.
So hey, we want you to be saved. We want you to not that fake save, like I can just sit around and do nothing and I'm just saved.
Yeah.
But hey, we want you Romans 10:1. My hope and desire for all Israel that they be saved.
That's right. Now you're saying Paul. Now we can bring our other brother in.
Now we got Paul.
Yeah, that's our brother.
Hey, we gotta bring him in.
Time.
Right. Hey, you got anything else you wanna bring out?
I think that was a beautiful lesson tonight. All praise to the Most High. All glory be given to Him, to His precious Son of my shop, Malachim Shai. I pray and hope that really touched the children, the nation of Israel. We're working on building our nation up. That's the whole thing. The house of Israel first, man. Judgment's going to hit us, man. We need to get ourselves together, man. So beautiful lesson. With that being said and everything tonight, man.
Hey, let me get that Isaiah 61. I got you.
All right.
It's Isaiah 61 and verse 3. To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness.
Right.
The planting of the Lord, that He, Yahweh, might be glorified.
All praises, man. All praises.
Another beautiful lesson. All praises to the Most High. With
peace
that,
and
peace and blessings, Israel. Shalom.
Shalom.
And shalom.